Okay, can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? Just reassure
Yes,
me
we
that
can.
you can see my screen. Okay, wonderful.
Yes,
So in today's session, okay, so in today's session, we're gonna start tag 3, and the title for this module is For or Against. For or Against. Okay, so before we start our session today, just to give you like some tips about the housekeeping for module 3. So if you want to share anything, please unmute yourself and speak immediately. If you would like to share, if you would like to add something, just use the raise hand feature on Teams and speak immediately. If I ask you to do any group activity or group discussion, so you need to work in groups, and I would like you to have the book beside you. If I ask you to open a specific activity in the module, so it will be at hand for you to open the book and look at the page, the specific page that we are going to work on. And simply you need to have a notebook or some papers and a pencil to or maybe a pen just to jot down any ideas or write down any thoughts that you would like to record in order to share together through our session. Okay? Okay, so for tag 3, this module is called For or Against. For or Against. So I would like you to just have a little discussion at the beginning. What do you expect this module will be about? For or Against? From the title here, what do you expect we are going to discuss during the session today? Okay, are you with me? Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yes, Miss Aida.
Yes. So the title today is For or Against. For or Against. So what do you expect we are going to discuss? What kind of activities we are going to have during the session? Let me know your expectations, your ideas, your thoughts. Speak up and tell us. Okay, Mr. Ashraf is raising his hand. Please go ahead.
I think we will talk about the situations we face in our lives if
Yes.
we with this situation or against it.
Yes,
I
maybe.
think.
So yes, that's good. Thank you. Thanks for sharing. Yes, Miss Riham, please go ahead.
Maybe I think we will talk about some problems or difference between students in our class.
Maybe, yes. Okay, so we're gonna talk about some problems or some ideas that might be controversial or some topics that people have different ideas or different or opposing ideas for or against. Who
Yes.
is for this topic and who is against this topic? Thank you for sharing. That's highly appreciated. Yes. Okay, so in order to get into our session, by the end of this module, by the end of our session, you will be able to talk and ask about university education. So mainly we are going to talk about university education. Actually, we are going to have a talk or a listening audio about university education, and we will have like an open discussion about how education or how higher education happens, especially in the UK. This is one point. The second point is we are going to draw up a list of arguments. As we said, our topic today is for or against. So as we are talking, or as we will be talking about university education or higher education, especially in bridge, for bridge students, we will think about if you are for or against paying for their own university education. Okay. The third point is we are going to discuss some grammatical points, especially the verbs that take gerund or the infinitive to infinitive. And I know that you are expert teachers, so you will have a lot of information concerning this grammatical point. And at the end, we are going to have an activity concerning some common mistakes done by the students using the gerunds or the infinitives. Okay, this is like the learning outcomes for the session today. So before we start any activity in the session, I would like you to look at this video or watch this video and imagine how a university education makes us exciting, how it is interesting for students, how it's useful. How do you feel during watching this video? So as I as I told you at the beginning, you have your notebook, you have your pen. So jot down, write down your ideas, things that come to your mind while watching this video. Okay, so are we going to watch the video? Are we going to watch the video? That's all, or we are going to do something else? I'm just checking the instructions, what we are going to do, what we are exactly going to do. Are we only watching the video, enjoying it, or we are doing something else? Yes. Hmm. Yes, I can see that someone else has joined us already, Mr. Ahmed Tawfiq. Welcome, Mr. Ahmed.
Welcome, Ms. Ghada.
Okay,
Thank you.
so how are you? It's our pleasure
Fine.
to have you. Okay, so
Me
I
too.
would like you to watch the video very quickly and try to jot down some ideas that any ideas, any thoughts that come up to your mind while watching the video. Okay, so in the classroom, this is like a point that I would like to highlight. If you give the student a topic or a video or a picture to see, are you asking them to do something during in the classroom, or you ask them to do something during in the classroom when you teach your English lessons? This is my question to you. Can you hear me?
Ms.
Hello?
Ghada, can you repeat your question?
Yes, okay. My question is, if you are in the classroom and you have given your students a video to watch, do you ask them only to watch the video or you ask them to do something? Is it only for watching or does it have a purpose? Does watching a does watching a video have a purpose to the students to write down ideas, anything you have seen in the video that you liked, and we will elicit from you later. Okay? I would like
Okay.
to make sure that you can hear the video
مش
I've
عارفة
just
Ms.
stopped
غادة، هو
it
الصوت قطع
to
عندي
make
كده
sure
بس.
that you hear the sound. Can you hear the sound?
في مشكلة عندي، ساعات بحس
Hmm.
إن الصوت بيبعد.
وانا كمان يا مس غادة.
في مشكلة في الصوت. Can you hear us? Ms. غادة؟
Hello?
هلو Ms. غادة.
انتوا سامعيني؟ الصوت واضح؟
بصي، أول كان الصوت بيروح وبيجي، فحاولي بس تقعدي في مكان برضو يكون إيه الشبكة فيه كويسة.
Okay, okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me now? Okay.
Yes.
So, is it audible? Am I audible to you? Can you hear my voice?
Yes, we can.
Is it clear enough for you? Or
Yes.
you feel that the sound is breaking up or something like that?
No, it's clear now.
Okay, fine. Thank God. Alhamdulillah. Okay, so
Mm.
back to the presentation. Back to our presentation. So what I would like you to do now is to watch this video. Actually, it's about university education. You will have a look at the university education. So during watching the video, I would like you to write any idea, any thoughts, anything that you like about the video. What do you think of university education? What do you think of higher education? Is it interesting? Is it tiring? Something like that. Just jot down some ideas, phrases, adjectives,
O-
anything that you would like to write just to comment on the video. Okay?
Okay, but Ada, can you
Hmm.
share us video? We can't see your
Okay,
screen.
you can see my screen. Okay, I will
Yeah.
reshare it again. I'm sorry for
Mm.
that. I will reshare it and I'm including the sound so you can hear the video. Okay, let's go once again. Okay, okay. So what do you think of the video? Wow, I think it's wonderful. What do you think of it? Just give me your ideas.
Please, Ms. Ghada, share your screen.
I'm not sharing it.
home is
I can't see.
Hmm, it's wrong. Sorry for that. So you didn't watch the video.
yes,
Yes.
Ms. Ghada.
Yes, I'm so sorry for that. Sorry for this issue. I'm so sorry. It's my mistake. I'm gonna replay it once again for you. Okay. So what are we going to do is to watch the video. I'm sorry for that. To write some ideas that come to your mind. Okay. Now, is it audible? Can it be
Yes.
seen for you?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Okay, so at the end of the video, what do you think of it? Do you like it? Do you find it enjoying? Yes, Mr. Ashraf, I think you are raising your hand. Ms. Riham wants to say something. Go ahead, please. If you want to speak, just raise your hand and speak immediately. Yes, Ms. Riham, I think you would like to say something.
Okay, I think university education, maybe it's a kind of your communication. Maybe it's a big community. We have a lot
Yes,
of things in it, not only studying, maybe something related to sports, communication to each other, listening to different people,
yes,
um,
perfect.
like that, get a knowledge from different sources,
Yes,
like
exactly.
research box, something like that.
Yes, thank you for sharing. So, can I ask you a question here? Do you think that university education worth paying? You think that there are a lot of interesting things in university education or in higher education? You have mentioned something about communication, something about communication skills. Is it
Something.
worth to pay money for a higher degree? Yes.
Sorry, Ms. Ghada.
Okay, where did you
I
see the
lost.
students?
Can you repeat? I can't hear you.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, Ms. Ghada. Mm.
What about the others? Can you hear me? Yes, can you hear me?
Now, yes, Miss
Now I.
Okay, let me change the place
Mm.
where I'm sitting. Okay, so I'm going to change this. I'll be moving in another place so the network is
Okay.
better for you. Okay, can you hear me now? I think I'm very close to the internet.
Okay.
Okay,
yes.
Mm.
where did you see the students in this video? I think you saw them in different places, maybe in the lecture rooms, in
Oh,
the
some.
university campus.
Mm.
Yes. So
Different
what were they
in your.
doing? Yes, different places. Yes, different places. Exactly.
Sometimes they
How?
do
Yeah.
sports.
Yes. A lot
Sometimes
of activities. Yeah.
they
Go ahead. Yeah.
communicate to each other in a cafe
Yes.
or in museum. Okay.
Okay. So you think that they feel excited, they feel interested, they feel
Yes.
engaged in the university life. Okay. So
I,
let's move on to another activity. And actually, this is the beginning of our module today. So what I would like you to do is to read these questions very carefully. We are gonna read them together and to have like a discussion upon these questions. So question number one says, who pays for undergraduate education in your country? Who pays for the undergraduate education in your country? I mean the university education in your country, in our Egyptian context, I mean. And what qualifications do you need to get into universities? What kind of qualifications do students need to get in order to join a university? This is in Egypt, mainly in Egypt. And does having a degree help you to get a job? Can you expect to learn to earn more money as a result of having a degree? all these questions we would like to discuss, like to have a choral discussion together. Okay? So who would like to share? Who pays for undergraduate education in our country, in Egypt? Who pays for that? Yes, I think Mr.
Parents.
Ashraf would like
That
to add. Yes. Sorry,
parents.
what did you say?
Who- the students' parents.
Students' parents. Yes. I mean, who pays for this kind of education? I know the parents have these burdens upon their shoulders, I know, but who pays for that? Only parents or the country? I mean, the state, Egypt itself, like the higher education ministry. Does the higher education ministry in Egypt pay for students if they want to join university? You said parents. So parents is one thing, is one person who pays for their children's or their for the students for higher education, and maybe the ministry itself. Let me ask you the second question here. What qualifications, what certificates do we need to get into university in Egypt? Think about in Egypt. Or I think it can be like a general statement in different. Mr. Ahmed Tawfiq, I think you have raised your hand. Go ahead, please.
Yes, I think they need the second stage. Each one can join university after the second stage according to his desire.
Okay, that's good. And does having a degree like this help us to get a job?
No, I don't think that it may be in a condition.
Yes.
That
Which
if you
condition? Yeah. Yeah.
But
uh,
in
if you look at okay, go on.
Yes. On some conditions on some conditions or in some circumstances the companies ask the applicants to have a degree or especially a university degree in order to get like a splendid job or a respectful job, right? But in other cases it's not actually like that important to get a university degree in order to get a job, and this is actually happens in our Egyptian context. Okay, so do you expect, this is my last question here, do you expect to earn more money as a result of having a degree? Do you expect to earn more money? Do you expect to earn more money as a result of having a degree? Something is mistyped here. I'm sorry for that. Do you expect to earn more money as a result of having a degree? Yes. What do you think? Yes. Can you hear me? Okay, so let's move on to the first or the second activity in the book here. I think it's on page 29. If you have the book, you will have a list of words. Let me bring my book just a minute. This is activity 1.2, word study. So we have a list of words. I think it's on page 28 in your books, in the trainees' books. So we have a list of words from a talk that we are going to listen to in a while. And this talk is about university education in Britain. But let's move or let's focus especially on the vocabulary. So we have like 10 words. I think they are 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 words taken from this talk on the first column from the talk. And we would like to to match them with their definitions. So what you are asked to do here is to look at the words and match the word with its definition. Okay, so we will move on to the second slide. We have the words here in a cloud, in a white cloud, and we have the definitions or the meanings of these words. So I would like you to share. They are very easy. Okay, so he's going to start the word challenging. The word challenging, what does it mean? The word challenging, what does it mean?
Work between
Yes,
academic years.
I don't think so. Would you please think over it again? Challenging, challenging,
Uh,
something like needs a lot of effort. You can look at the book, by the way.
Difficult
If you,
but rewarding.
yes, difficult but rewarding. Exactly. Thank you, Mrs. Riham. Well done. Excellent. What about the next word? Interest. Interest. Interest, it means things that we like, but here it has a different meaning because it's in a different context. Okay, interest. What do you mean by interest? Okay, hmm. Yes, go ahead. I'm all ears. I'm hearing you. I'm listening to you. Yes, I think we have Mrs. Noha, Mr. Ashraf, Miss Hibarida, Miss Nayera, Miss Riham. Mm. A lot of beautiful ladies, by the way. So, yes. Mm.
We wanted to see the word
Interest, what does it mean?
maybe getting a
What
better
does it
job.
mean? Interest.
Interest.
I'm not sure. Interest. Okay, try to like make your mind and find the answer. I want to make it like challenging for you. I want to give you the answer. I want to uncover the answer for you. Okay. It's something related to money. When you have a loan, you need to pay back some money. Now I've answered it. So interest here means,
Money paid full,
yeah,
money paid debt
extra
on a
money.
loan,
Yeah,
paid on
extra
a
money
loan.
paid on a loan or bank savings. Extra money paid on a loan. If you get a loan from the bank, you need to pay like extra money.
Interest,
You are
okay.
not, yes. It means
Salary, annual paid,
salary. Yes, Mr. Ahmed.
okay. Salary, regular monthly
Annual,
pay,
exactly. Yes,
okay.
annual.
Annual.
Yes, salary means regular monthly or annual pay bracket. Okay,
Okay.
perfect. What about students' loan? Thank you, Mr. Ahmed, for
Money paid.
sharing. Thank you.
Money by student
Money
from a
paid
or
student.
a finance, okay. Student loan, money
Yes,
borrowed to
yeah. Okay, so it is money paid.
money borrowed from
Hey,
bank or a finance company.
Yes, yes, exactly. What about the next word? Tuition fees. Tuition fees. What do
Money,
you mean by this word?
money student pays to a university.
Exactly. Well done. Thank you, Ms. Riham. Thank you for your contribution. Career. What do you mean by career? I think it's mainly a job or getting a job and getting paid for it. Career. What do you mean by career?
Getting a better job
Okay. Getting a
or
better
a
job or
salary
salary. Yes.
within a company full
Yes, Miss
time.
No.
Yes.
Excellent, Noha. Thank you very much. Thank you. What
Thank you.
about the next word? Repayment. You're welcome.
Repayment.
Repayment. Repayment. To repay something. To repay money.
Money
money
paid back on a
paid
Exactly.
from
Well done. Money paid back on a loan. So we need here to
loan.
differentiate between interest Interest means extra money paid on a loan or bank savings. Repayment means money paid back. It doesn't have any kind of interest here, okay? The next word, struggle. To struggle.
Fight.
Fight.
To fight, exactly. Well done. Fight, to struggle, fight. To try hard, to strive. I mean, okay. Summer job. What do you mean by summer job? I think we see a lot of young men now have summer jobs. Yes.
Work between
Yeah.
academic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Work
And
between
wage.
academic years.
Right. Wage, money paid
It's
for a
the
week's
only
work.
word.
Mm.
Exactly. Wage means money paid for a week's work. Okay, perfect. So here are the words and the answers. If you would like to take a screenshot of it, so you can keep it, or you have the book, you can use your pen to match the word with the definition. Okay, so let's move on. But before we move to the second or the next activity here, I would like to highlight something here. If we are teaching a reading lesson or a listening lesson that we like what we are going to do in a minute, we need to teach what we call pre-teaching vocabulary, some words that we need to teach before we get into the main lesson. Here I've mainly focused on the meaning. أنا عملت إيه دلوقتي? What I have already done now, I give you an activity or an exercise in order so this is about meaning. So if you teaching these words, you need to teach first of all the meaning of the word, okay? And then you need to think about, or you need to ask your students, what part of speech is it? Yani when we teach vocabulary or new vocabulary or pre-teaching vocabulary, we teach the meaning. This is one thing. This is the first point. The second point is we need to highlight the part of speech. Which part of speech is it? So, for example, if you are teaching word challenging, we've said that it means something difficult but rewarding. But if we, next point here, we need to focus on we need to tell the students which part of speech is it. So it's an adjective. So we need to tell the students that the word challenging, which means difficult, but rewarding, it's an adjective, and this is part of speech. And after that, we need to teach something related to pronunciation. Like, for example, how many syllables are there in the word? Which syllable is more stressed? So here, you need to teach the pronunciation. Okay, so any listening lesson or any reading lesson, we need to teach or we need to go into this stage, which is called the pre-teaching vocabulary. We teach the main vocabulary in the lesson. We teach the blocking vocabulary, the vocabulary that may hinder the students to understand the listening or the reading text. Okay, but how can we teach these chunks or these words? We need to teach the meaning, we need to teach the part of speech, and we need to uh, tell them something about the pronunciation of the word. Because in some ESL classes, we can see teachers. بنشوف بعض المدرسين when they teach their English lessons, when they teach the word, لما احنا بنيجي ندرس الكلمة, we write the word on the board and tell the students repeat after us. Challenging, challenging. So we didn't teach the meaning, we didn't teach we didn't tell them what part of speech is it. We only go into the pronunciation, and this is mainly wrong. Okay, so this is number one. So number one, you teach the meaning, and then you tell the students which part of speech is it, and then you need to teach the pronunciation or the correct pronunciation of the word, and you highlight how many syllables, the stress, where the stress is on the word. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, now we are going to listen to a talk, and this talk is about university education. As we said, university education, especially in Britain. Okay, here in your book, I think it's on page 29. If you turn over the page and go to exercise 1.3, what a university education was, you will find some sentences, 8 sentences. So what we are going to do here, we need to discuss these statements. We are going to read through them very carefully and find if these sentences are true or false. Try to think, try to figure out if these sentences are true or false. Okay? This is the first part of the activity. The second part, we are going to listen to a talk or an audio about university education in Britain. And we'll see if our expectations, if our sentences were true or false. Okay? Agreed? Is it clear for you?
Yes.
So, what are we going to do? Number one, can you tell me? Are we going to read the sentence and that's it?
No, listen and know if the sentence is correct or not.
We are not going to listen at this stage. We are just reading the sentence and expect, anticipate, figure out. نحدد إذا كانت الجملة دي من وجهة نظرنا from our point of view, from your perspective, is it true or false? Okay, so let's go through
Yes.
the sentences one by one. And I would like to hear your participation. يعني عايزة بقى أسمع منكم كده ال participation بتاعتكم وتشوفوا إذا كانت الجمل دي صح ولا لأ. So number one, who can read number one? Yes, who can read number one?
Okay. Costs of attending
Oh.
university in Britain are going up.
Okay, what do you think?
True.
Cool. Yes, okay.
True.
We'll see. So you can note, you can just take the word in your book and we'll check after if our expectations, if our guesses are
Okay.
correct or not. Thank you, Miss Wafa, for your
Wrong.
contribution. I'm happy to hear your voice. This is
Thanks
really
a
makes
lot.
difference for me. Your attendance makes
Thanks.
a big difference for me, you know.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you, Miss Wafa. Okay, number two, would like to share number two. Number two, yes. Yes, Mr.
Okay.
Ashraf, I think you
You
would.
did.
Yes,
Yes.
70%
yes,
of
Miss.
the students have
70%.
Oh, okay. Would you please use the raise hand feature so I can see you? I will get out of the. Okay, okay. Let me see if I can see you here. Okay, okay. Go back to the presentation. Okay. I think we said that number one is true. Number one is true. Number two, Mr. Ashraf, I think you want to say something. Yes, go ahead, please.
70% of students have a student loan. I think it's true.
Okay, we'll see. Thank you. Number three, the average debt is 10,000 pounds. You know the word debt? You know the word debt? Okay, what do you think? Debt
Loan.
means it can be a
Interest.
loan. Yes, it
Or
can be a loan
interest.
when you. Yes, yes. Okay, so the average debt that the students have after a university education is 10,000 pounds. Do you think is it true or false?
I think it's false. I think
Okay,
it's more than that.
we'll see. Number four, the average, who can
Yes.
read? Mm. Number four, let me
Yes.
see who is raising his hand. If you would
Yeah.
like to share,
The
please
average,
raise your hand. Yes, Miss Noah. Miss Noah is raising her hand. Please go ahead, please. Go ahead, please.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, number four, the average rich person doesn't leave their parents' home until they are 30.
Mm-hmm.
False.
Okay, we'll see. So I would like you to record your answers. We've said number 1 is true, number 2 is true. Someone says it's true. Number 3, it is false. You've said number 3 is false. Number 4, you've said it is false.
False.
What about number 5? Who is raising his hand? Let me see. Okay, if you raised your hand from the past activity, you can lower it. You can lower your hands so I can see new people who are raising their hands. Okay, Miss Riham, I think you are raising your hand. Go ahead, please.
Yes. Okay, number 5. Many graduates are disappointed when they start work. I think it's true.
It is true. Okay, we'll see. Number 6. I want someone new to. Okay, Mr. Ahmed, I think you are unmuting yourself. Okay, please go ahead. Number 6.
Me? Okay. The number of rich students at university is going down. I think it's not true.
You think it's not true? Okay. Thank you. Number 7. Who can answer number 7? Rich students are getting richer. Rich students are getting richer.
I think it's wrong.
Okay, we'll see. So please record your answers and see how
Yes.
correct you are, how correct your guesses are. Okay, the last sentence. The last sentence.
The number of
Yes, who is
international
gonna
students.
share?
Mm.
The number of the international students is going up.
I think it's true.
Yes, I think
It
it's
is true. Okay. Now, what are we going to do here? This is the second part of the activity. We are going to listen to the talk and see how correct your guesses are. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Are you ready to listen?
Yes.
Okay, let me know if you can hear it. Okay?
Module 3.
Can you hear it?
yes.
Yes.
Okay. Thank Allah. Let's do it. Go ahead. Yes, okay.
1.4. What's a university education worth? Every year, it costs British students more and more to attend university. Students are graduating with larger and larger debts. So is a university degree really worth it? In 2006, the UK government started to allow universities in England and Wales to charge British students tuition fees. As a result, more than 80% of students in England and Wales now take out a student loan in order to go to university. They use the loan to pay for tuition fees, books and living expenses. Although the interest on student loans is quite low, it begins as soon as the student receives the loan. The average student in England and Wales now graduates from university with debts of around £12,000. Students of medicine who study for longer usually have debts of more than £20,000. That is a lot of money. It means graduates cannot afford to buy a house for many years. They even struggle to pay rent on a flat because they have to start paying back the student loan when they reach the April after graduating or after leaving a course. If you start to earn over £15,000 a year, the government takes repayments directly from your monthly salary. Is it any surprise, therefore, that the average British person does not leave their parents' home until they are 30 years old? You might think that a British person with a degree will find it easy to get a well-paid job. However, most people in white-collar jobs seem to have a degree these days. So there is a lot of competition. Also, British companies tend to value work experience over a piece of paper. Like everyone else, graduates usually have to start at the bottom and work their way up. That can be very frustrating for them, since they are often overqualified for the work they are doing. While at university, they had dreams of getting an exciting, challenging job. Therefore, life after university ends up being quite disappointing for a lot of graduates. All of the above is beginning to make British people question whether a university degree is really worth the money. Even before the credit crunch started, the BBC stated, "The number of British students at UK universities has fallen for the first time in recent history, from 1.97 million in 2007 to 1.96 million last year, 2008. It looks like the figures will continue to decline, since loan companies are now telling some students that there are no loans available for them. Forecasts are that between 2009 and 2019, there will be a fall of 6% in the number of 18 to 25-year-old university applicants across the UK. Students have always been seen as not having a lot of money, but student poverty is now considered a real problem in the UK. Most British students expect to get a loan, part-time job or summer job. Worse than that, however, is the fact student leaders report there are increasing numbers of students turning to crime to support themselves financially. By contrast, things are now easier for students from other countries coming to study in the UK, since the value of the British pound has fallen. More international students come to Britain each year. The British universities offer more and more of the available places to richer international students, rather than poorer British students. Some British people fear that, one day, there won't be any university places left for British students at all.
Okay, so we've heard to the talk here, which is about university education in Britain, and I think these sentences were mentioned, but in different ways. So we'll see if the sentences are correct or not, and we'll see how your guesses were correct. Okay, so you've said number one, cost of attending university in Britain are going up. Is it true? We said that it is true. So according to
Yes.
the talk, is it true? Yes, it is true.
Yes.
Number two, 70% of students have a student loan. Did they mention something about the percentage of the students having a loan? I think so, but which percentage was it?
80.
80, I think.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay, so
think
it
it was
is
80.
wrong. Yes. Number
Yes.
three, the average debt of the students that they have to pay back, is it only 10 pounds? 10,000 pounds?
According
I
to their
think it's
More
Is it
20.
more?
20.
Yes, I think it's more.
20,000.
I think it was excellent. Well done. 20,000 pounds as an average debt or average debt. Number four, the average British person doesn't leave their parents' home until they are 30.
Yes.
You've said that it is correct. Yeah,
Yes.
it is true. It is true. So our guess was
I
true.
know.
Perfect. Excellent. Well done. Number five, many graduates are disappointed when they start work. Do they feel
True.
disappointed when it is true? Exactly. Well done. Number six, the number of British students at university is going down
Because of the competition, that's true. I think.
because of the competition. That is true. Yes, exactly. Your
Yes.
thought is correct. Totally correct. Thank you very much. Number seven, the British students are getting richer. What do you think?
No, I think
No.
not. It's true.
It is not true. They are getting poorer because they have a lot of loans, they have a lot of debt in order to pay back.
Yes.
So I think they are poorer. They live in poverty. Okay, the
Yes.
last sentence, the number of international students who are coming from other countries to learn in Britain, this number of
True.
students is going, it is true, because they are paying
Going down.
much more than the British students. Yes,
Yes.
it is going up. Right. Excellent. Well done. So here are the correct answers. And if they are false, it is corrected. So you can take a screenshot, you can shot it out. So you have answers. Okay. Okay. So these are the answers for the activity. These are the answers. Okay. But at the end of our activity here, did you find anything surprising in the talk? You've heard to the talk here. You've heard to the talk about higher education and university students in Britain. Did you find anything surprising? Did you expect something and you find the opposite thing? This is like a general question to you. What do you think? Did you expect that the British students are enjoying their education and they are everything is available for them, everything is accessible? I mean, the
Yes.
education
That,
there, the university education. So
but
and
I,
you find the opposite thing. You find that it is very
yeah,
hard. Yes,
I
and
think
I'm all
became
ears. Yeah,
number
go
four,
ahead.
number four, it's strange when we listen that the average British person doesn't leave their parents' home until they are 30.
Yeah, you saw the
السلام عليكم.
opposite. So you thought the opposite, that you saw that they leave their their families before they are 30, not
والله
as
هو
a
until
ده
they
اللي
are
America, they
30.
حاسينه يعني.
force 15.
يعني هم غيروا الفكرة.
Yes, they changed the idea. Yes. Okay. Okay. What else?
The foreigners has the best chance in learning in England.
Yes, the international students have better chances than the national ones. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. So do you think that we have the same issue here in Egypt? When we look at the university education in Egypt, and all of us think that our children, our sons, when they finish their secondary stage students, they have to go to get their university degree, and now they don't go to like governmental university. They have to go to private uh,
Yes.
private universities,
And
and they have to pay a lot. They have to pay more
yes.
money than for the government university. So now it is not surprising, because the problem is actually the same. It's quite the same in different countries. It's not only an issue or a problem in Egypt, but I think it's the people have are experiencing the same issue, are experiencing the same problem even in Britain, and that
The
big country,
government
that great country. Yes, yes. Okay. Okay, so we've expect something different. We've expected that in Britain, higher education is easy. We've said that we found the opposite thing. The British higher education is not as easy and available as we expect. The issue of getting a good university education is not only in our context. This issue, this problem is found in different countries, not only in Egypt, and getting a rewarding job or a career is an international issue in many countries. Okay? Okay. Okay, so now we are going to have a group discussion. Actually, we are not, I think we are only, how many are we? We are 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We are 7 participants here. We are 7 great friends here. And we are going to get into groups and discuss what. So we need to be in groups. Actually, we are going to use the breakout rooms. We are going to go to different rooms and discuss. But before we discuss the topic here, which is students' fees, are you for or against paying students' fees? Are you for the students pay fees or you are against? Okay, so we need to choose a chairperson, a timekeeper, a writer, and a speaker, because the speaker is going to report back to the other groups. Okay, and what we are going to discuss, we are going to find 2 or 3 or maybe more than that arguments for or against. Are you for or against students paying their own tuition fees for a university degree? Okay, so what we are going to discuss here is that are you for or against? But mainly we want to make a list of 2 or 3 arguments if you are for or against students paying their own fees for a university education. Okay, after that we're gonna list these arguments in a sheet of paper, or we can share ideas together in the breakout rooms, and then one speaker, one chairperson is gonna report back to the other group. Okay, so what are we going to do? I'm going to assign you to the breakout rooms. So I think we have 9. I'm not sure if we are 9 or not. I think we are 9, yes. So I'm going to put you into the rooms, into the breakout rooms. Okay, 2 rooms mainly, because we are actually 9, so 2 rooms. So in each room you have like 5 or 4 participants. But are we going to watch a video? No, we are going to discuss together if you are for or against. هل انتوا مع أو ضد? If you are for or against students paying their tuition fees. Okay? And we need to discuss and write like a list of some arguments for or against. Okay? I'm going to open the rooms, so you will find yourself in the room now. Okay. Okay, let me do it once again. Okay, I'm assigning you to the groups now. Okay, Miss Naira, I think you've joined room 2 before. Miss Riham, you are in room 1. Miss Shayma Fathi, you are in room 2. Okay, so now press join to go to your rooms. Press join to go to your rooms. You will see on the screen that the moderator or the organizer of the meeting have put you in rooms. So please click join in order to be in your room. Okay. What do you think? Okay, please click on join. Yes, some people are joining now. Perfect. Well done. Yeah, exactly. Well done. Excellent. So we have 2 rooms. I'm gonna go into room number 1. Actually, I have to room number 2.
Sofa, غادة.
Yes.
مش
Yes,
سامع
Mr.
حد
Ashraf.
فيهم.
Okay, please
أنا
unmute
بقول
yourself
الصوت مفيش
and
صوت.
speak up, Miss Hiba. Okay, Miss Wafa, Miss Hiba,
Yes.
please share your ideas. Okay. I'm gonna share the screen once again for you so you can see what you are going to do. So what I would like you to do here is to
Yes.
make a list of some arguments. If you are for or against, just 2 arguments. يعني جملتين. 2 sentences. You say that you are for students, you are with this idea that the students must pay for their tuition fees, or that they must pay their fees for the university education, and 2 arguments you are against, but you have to like to justify your ideas. You have to justify your thoughts. Why did you say so? Why you are for? Why are you against? Right?
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I think I am with
Please make sure that you are writing down your answers. One person is gonna speak, report back to the group. So once you have started your discussion, please ask someone to write down, to record your answers or record your ideas or your sentences, maybe. Okay.
إيه. الصفاء مش سابع.
Mr. Ashraf.
احنا مع بقول انا مع
I am with you.
إيه رأيك في الموضوع؟
I think I against that students will pay for their education.
Why?
Mr. Ashraf, are you with me?
I am with you but the sound is a problem in sound.
Okay. Are you hearing me now?
Yes, Miss Wafa.
I think it is very expensive for them.
Very expensive.
Yes. Extra effort for their parents. Extra effort.
For the parents and them.
Yes. Okay, the interest will be very high for them. They can't pay it after college because there is no work for them. Are you agree with me?
Yes, I agree with you.
Yes.
But
Okay, so your idea is that the government should pay for the students
Yes,
because
Yes,
it is very expensive, because it's like the government, it's the government responsibility to support the students' education, right? Okay,
yes.
yes.
very good. Give me another argument that you are, if you are for, if you are with this idea, if you are into students paying their fees, what would you say?
I think
Mm.
it is allowed for the government if
I
they
mean,
pay
yes, I
money.
mean, if the students must pay their fees, why? Why must they pay their fees? Why are they obliged to pay their fees? What's the advantage behind that?
They may be more responsible for their.
Excellent. Yes,
Yes,
they may be more responsible for their education because they feel that they have paid a lot, so they must be committed to their
yes.
education.
They
Exactly.
must succeed or study hard.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so let's go back to the main room. Think,
اوكي رجعيني انت بقى
okay.
عشان أمسك الموبايل.
You will be back by يعني by yourself يعني you will not make any efforts. Now we are back
اوكي.
to the main room, I think. All of us are
Yes,
back to the main room.
yes.
Okay?
Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
perfect. Let's share the screen once again. So, what I would like you here to, okay, okay. So now we've made a list of some arguments if we are for or against students paying their fees or their tuition fees if they want to get a university degree. So, if you want to express your ideas, I will give you some useful language, some functional language to express your ideas here. So you can say, I really think that students paying tuition fees is important because blah, blah, blah. One reason again is that is to say so and so. It's challenging too. Having a big debt is. So if you want to express your ideas, if you want to let me know the list of the arguments that you have made with your group, try to use this useful language. Okay?
Yes.
So who is going to be the speaker for group one? I think group one has Miss Riham and Miss Noha. Who's going to be the speaker? And make sure if you are reporting back, try to apply some of these functional language to tell us your ideas. Okay?
Okay, Ms. Hamida. Okay. I really think that students' fees, I'm against with it because there are a lot of poor people or needy people that need to learn.
Yes.
Um, I know that it's challenging to try to make the education more better, and at the same way, we wanted to make it free. It's a big challenge.
Exactly. Well done.
But in my opinion, I think it is not the responsibility of parents or students. The government is the most responsible, more responsible for that.
Part of, yeah. They have
Okay,
to
and
pay.
it's
Yeah.
needed in many countries, and it's a very important thing in any country. So government should help more in it.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your contribution. This is highly appreciated. So see how Miss Riham used the useful language here. So when she expressing her ideas, she used some phrases here, some chunks here. She says, I really think that it is challenging. In her opinion, she said something about her perspective, her point of view. This is what we have to do with our students if we try to encourage them to speak. Now we have making a debate who is for, who is against. So we need to teach our students what kind of language they must use in order to express their ideas if they are for or against. So let's move on to the second group. I think Mr. Ashraf, Ms. Wafa, Ms. Heba were in this group, and Mr. Ahmed.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, it's a struggle to
Yes, go
decide.
ahead. Yeah.
Okay, it may be a struggle to decide if I'm against or for this. But I think education should be for all, not only for the rich, who can pay for its expenses. Okay, it is injustice to waste the abilities of learners because of expenses or they can't afford to pay for that. But it should be limited, not in excess or negligence.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Ahmed. I really appreciate your ideas. Your presentation was perfect. You have tried to use some expressions. Thank you. You have mentioned something about injustice, and this is really an important issue. We need to achieve this justice among the different groups or different ranks of the students within the society, so everyone can support each other, they can help each other, they will not feel like they are envy from others and things like that. Thank you very much. Okay, does anybody want to add something before we move on? Yes. Okay, does anybody want to add? Hmm. Hello guys, are you here? Are you sleeping? We are about to finish, by the way. Okay, so here are some possible arguments. So you can take like a screenshot of it in order to keep it in your minds or in your notes. So if you are for, we can say that paying students their fees or making students pay their fees could make them value education more, to feel that education is a valued thing. It's not for free, it's not easy, it's not accessible, it's not like easily accessed for anyone. So they will value education. They will feel that they are more committed to getting their degree because they have paid a lot of money. So this makes them feel that kind of commitment to get their jobs by the end of their education. It is cheaper for the government and taxpayers because education can become a burden on the state. So if the students pay their fees by themselves, this will make it very cheap for the government or the organizations who are responsible for paying for such kind of education. This would be very easy for them, and it's up to each university or individual family to pay for the students' education. Against, if you are against, not everyone can afford to pay fees, so it's unfair, it's unjust, as we said, as Mr. Ahmed have already mentioned here. Students may have to work a lot while they are studying, thus making it hard to study. As we said, students have to get a summer job, if you can remember, and in order to pay for their education. Students have large debts once they go to work, which makes it difficult for them to enjoy their lives. And it's the government duty. It's mainly the opposite here. It's totally the opposite. It's not the government responsibility, but here it says that it is the government duty to provide education, and students are going to contribute a lot to society when they have graduated and they work at their jobs. Okay. 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 So uh, I would like to highlight something here. And let me ask you a question here. What kind of lesson did we teach here? Is it a reading lesson? Was it a listening lesson or so? Hmm. Hello? Is this lesson that I've already taught to you, is it a listening lesson?
I
Does it
think it's
focus on listening?
reading
It's
lesson.
reading. يا راجل حرام عليك. It's a listening lesson.
عشان نخلص.
Okay. So so what did I do at the beginning? Let us like to wrap up. What did I do at the beginning? So I taught you the vocabulary. I've taught you the teaching vocabulary, the blocking vocabulary, and then I've given you an activity in order to lead you into the listening, which was the sentences which are correct or not. And then I asked
Yes.
you to listen, okay, and then correct your answers. So these are the stages of teaching a listening lesson, or a lesson of listening. So you teach the pre-teaching words, you give them a lead-in, and you do the while listening, and then you do the post listening. But we are here trying to integrate language analysis, or some grammatical points within the lesson. It's not only teaching the skill, which is listening, but we are also teaching other systems of the language, which is the grammar. So we are going to watch a video, which I think it will be interesting for you. And I would like you again to listen and watch very carefully and try to write down some sentences out of the video. This video is about verbs, which can be followed by the gerund, ing form, or infinitive. And as we know, in English, we have a list of verbs, a very long list of verbs, which can be followed by gerund or infinitive, or both. Okay? So here I would like you to watch the video and like tell me what sentences have you learned, what are the verbs that can be followed by ing or to infinitive, things like this. Okay? Okay? Let me reshare once again to make
Okay.
sure that I've included the audio. Okay?
Okay.
We are about to finish. Don't worry, I'm not gonna keep you very long. Okay. Can you hear it? Is it
Yes.
audible?
Yes.
Okay. Let's go ahead. Okay. So what are we going to do during the video?
Take some
Let's,
some sentences.
yes.
Okay.
Okay. Take some sentences or try to summarize the rule that this video is telling us about or teaching us about.
English lessons.
Today's mini English lesson is about verbs. Verbs followed by other verbs. Verbs can be followed by the infinitive, to, plus the base form, to eat, for example, or gerunds, verb plus the ing, eating. So, some verbs are always followed by gerunds. Enjoy. I enjoy eating fresh croissants in the morning. And some verbs are always followed by the infinitive. I want to eat eggs and bacon today. Want is an example of a verb always followed by the infinitive. But how do we know which ones to use? Unfortunately, for these verbs, you just have to learn them. Sorry. Then there are a group of verbs that can be followed by gerunds or infinitives. These a little bit more complicated because there is a slight difference in meaning. I like or I love eating chocolate, or I love to eat.
Miss
I think
Ghada?
there is no في
Hisham.
صوت وقف.
Oh,
It's
Ghada?
accidentally stopped. Yes. Okay.
Can
Okay.
you play it?
English lessons.
Today's mini English lesson is about verbs. Verbs followed by other verbs. Verbs can be followed by the infinitive, to, plus the base form, to eat, for example, or gerunds, verb plus the ing, eating. So, some verbs are always followed by gerunds. Enjoy. I enjoy eating fresh croissants in the morning. And some verbs are always followed by the infinitive. I want to eat eggs and bacon today. Want is an example of a verb always followed by the infinitive. But how do we know which ones to use? Unfortunately, for these verbs, you just have to learn them. Sorry. Then there are a group of verbs that can be followed by gerunds or infinitives. These verbs are a little bit more complicated because there is a slight difference in meaning. I like or I love eating chocolate, or I love to eat.
Okay, so I think it stops by itself. So let us study the video here. What about the verbs that followed by to infinitive and the verbs followed by gerund, as mentioned here in the video? Yes.
Love. Love.
Noha, Miss
Okay, Ms.
Noha is raising
Ghada.
her hand. Yes, go ahead. Yes,
Yes,
I think Miss
he said
Noha
that.
is raising her hand. Please go ahead.
Yes, yes, yes. He said that some verbs followed by gerund or inventive, like love or like. I love eating and I
Yes.
like eating. And some verbs followed by
Okay.
inventive, like want.
Infinitive, yes, like won't.
Like want. And some others like enjoy, followed by verb plus ing.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Miss Noha. What about Miss Riham? Would you like to add something? Thank you, Miss, for your
Uh,
contribution. Thank you a lot.
okay, Ms. Ghada, I think he wanted to tell us that some verbs, when they followed by verb ing or gerund, they have a different meaning rather when we use it with to plus infinitive. When I talk about I love eating chocolate,
Yes.
I say it's
Yes, exactly.
general.
So he
Okay,
won't.
general idea. But when I say I love to eat chocolate, I mean now, specific situation.
Yes, exactly. You are totally correct. Yes. Thank you. What else? Mm.
Welcome.
He says that
But
some
we have
verbs must be studied.
some
Some
another.
we cannot like yes. Yes, go ahead. Who wants to speak? Okay. Yes. So we cannot study these verbs because they are difficult to memorize. So we need to study them. We need to put them in a list in order to differentiate between the verbs that followed by to infinitive or the verbs that followed by gerund. But we can make like a discrimination here or to categorize these verbs. So if we say the verbs that followed by to infinitive are the verbs that are related to intention, verbs related to decision and planning. So if we say tend to, or want to, or plan to,
Or
or expect to, or prepare to do something. So the verbs
this,
that I've already mentioned here are followed by to infinitive because they are mainly expressing intention, decision, or planning. So we can categorize them like that. So if the verb refers to an intention, a decision, or a planning, so it is actually followed by to infinitive. But if the verb followed, or if the verb expresses like desire or emotions or hope, uh, maybe like let me say something, if the verbs are related to efforts making activities, they are followed by ing, like what I'm saying, yeah, if the verbs are related to things that we like to do, so these verbs followed by ing, like enjoy, practice, okay, suggest, right? So we can categorize them in this way. Okay, so we're gonna play a game now uh, in order to energize you up. Okay, let me get the slides where the game is. Okay, I'm going to uh, test your memory. I know that you are expert teachers. So we'll see if the verbs here are to infinitive or gerunds. Okay, who is gonna play with us? Who's gonna play with us? Who wants to answer number one? So he seems be unhappy. Is it he seems to be or he seems being? What do you think? Is it to infinitive or ing? Which ball we're gonna throw in the basket here? Hmm. Who's gonna play? I'm waiting. Hmm. So this is a game. In this game, I would like you to choose which form of verbs are we going to use here. He seems to be or he seems being unhappy. Hmm. Which
He
ball
seems
shall I
being.
throw here? To or ing?
He
He
seems
seems
being.
being. Let's see.
Oops.
No, it's I'm sorry, it's the wrong answer.
Be.
He,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
he seems to be unhappy. So seems followed by to infinitive. Okay, thank you, Miss Noha, for your attempt. Let's move to number two. Who's gonna share? Who wants to share?
refuse to,
مثلا إذا شكلي بقى أشكال.
refuse
Yes, let's see.
Yes.
Yes, excellent, excellent, Miss Riham. Thank you. Very good. Correct answer. Perfect. He refused to forget. Okay. Next one. Who's gonna answer?
going,
To go.
Exactly.
going,
To
Yes.
Go.
he
Going.
Tom suggests going. It's about an activity. Tom Tom suggests going to the cinema. Let's move to the next sentence.
help, to
Offer.
help,
Help.
to
Yeah, to help.
Yes.
Yes,
Alhamdulillah.
exactly. Tom offers to help us. Next one. He admitted
Admitted.
admit,
stealing or to steal.
To steal.
ing are talking.
He
To
admitted to
steal.
steal. We'll see. Hmm. Admitted to steal or
ing,
stealing? What do you think?
To
To
Let's
steal.
see.
Oops.
Oops, it's wrong. I'm sorry.
Well done.
Yes.
It's he admitted
yes,
stealing the wallet. He admitted stealing the wallet.
كيف نفسي والله.
Okay.
قابل.
Okay, let's move to the next one. Number 6.
Would you like to join?
Yeah, exactly.
Join.
To
Yes.
join.
Excellent. Excellent, Miss Riham. You are the first to answer. Well done. Number 7. I look
Look
forward
forward
To
hmm, to seeing.
Seeing.
Yeah.
seeing.
Yes.
I look forward to. This is like an expression
Seeing.
which has to,
Seeing.
but it is followed by a gerund here, like addicted to or look forward to, take to. What else? What else? Let us remember here together. What are the expressions
He used
that has to? Yeah, used to. Who is
he
speaking?
used to.
Who is speaking?
Mr. Ashraf.
Yes, Mr. Ashraf. He used to speak. Yes, he used to verb plus ing. Okay, addicted to. I think that contribute to. Okay, opposed to. I think all these expressions or these words that has to, but after to we have the gerund. Okay, so we've said look forward to, verb to be used to or get, verb get plus used to, addicted to, take to, which means adapt to, okay, lead to, opposed to. Correct me if I'm wrong. So number 8.
Expect, arrive, to arrive.
Excellent. Well done.
Yes.
Gorgeous. They expect to arrive early. Well done. Thank you, Miss Riham.
To be.
Yes, that child pretended to be.
Yes.
Yes, excellent. To be asleep. Well done.
مش
Number
ده
10,
مستر احمد ماشي
Mr. Ahmed. Yes, go ahead,
Eating.
Mr. Ahmed.
Meeting.
She avoided meeting.
Yes.
Avoid.
Yes, she avoided meeting him. Yeah, exactly. 11, sentence number 11.
She to
Oh,
to
I
work
agree.
with to work.
I appreciate to work or appreciate working with you.
I
Working
think
with you.
appreciate.
Working. Let's see.
Yes.
Excellent, Miss Wafa. Very good. Well done. Perfect. The last sentence. Who's going to answer the last sentence?
Can't effort buying.
Buying? I'm not sure. Hmm.
Yes.
What do you think? Buying. I
Buying.
can't afford buying. Let's see.
No.
No. It is I
Not
can't
to
afford
buy.
to buy.
Yes.
To buy. I can't afford to
Okay.
buy a new car. Okay.
Good
Yes.
job.
Good job. Excellent. Well done. Well done, guys. Okay. Exactly. Well done. So we have the last activity. It's the last activity, I promise. It's also a game. It is also a game. It is also about uh, verb plus to infinitive and verbs plus gerund. But actually, we are going to put you in groups. So the males will be which color would you prefer? The males. Mr. Ashraf, Mr. Ahmed. You are the only males here. You are the only male participants here. So which color would you prefer?
Red.
Red. Okay, so the blue one will be for the female group. Okay? What are you going to do here is to listen to the sentence, and the one to say which sentence is correct will be the winner. So we need you to help the astronaut to reach to the moon. To reach the moon. I'm sorry. Okay? So the one who answers the first will get a point. Okay? So we have two groups, the male group, which is the red one, and the female group, which is the blue one. So be careful, try to listen carefully in order to win the most points. Are you ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, so listen carefully and let me know which sentence is correct. Okay?
1. I advise you going early to college today. 2. I advise you to go early to college today.
Which one is correct? Shall I replay it again? Okay, let's replay it.
1. I advise you going early to college today. 2. I advise you to go early to college today.
Which sentence, one or two? What about the woman? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can, Ms.
Guys, can you
but
hear
we
me?
can. Yes.
Okay, let
Can
me
you
read the sentences for you. Let me.
can you second?
Okay, listen once again.
1. I advise you going early to college today. 2. I advise you to go early to college today.
I
Okay, is
think
it
number two.
advice? Yes, advise you to go. Okay, so I will click here.
بس غاده
So
بعد
one
اذن
point
حضرتك
for.
غاده قول نمبر 2 حضرتك قلتي مش عارف ايه نقول تاني ده كده انفير معلش يعني ده تحيز
عايزين number two على فكرة.
It's not a bias على فكرة، مش عشان أنا woman فأنا بتحيز للwoman، لا. I'm totally fair يا مستر أحمد.
والله قلنا number
But the
2.
ones who hear first will get the point. Okay? So the women here got a point. Let's move to number 2.
1. Please avoid to copy from another student. 2. Please avoid copying from another student.
Which one is correct? 1 or 2?
What?
Huh?
One.
1.
One.
Let's listen again.
1. Please avoid to copy from another student. 2. Please avoid copying from another student.
Number 2. 2.
Avoid 2.
No.
Yes, okay,
avoid
so
G.
avoid ing, so it's the woman's point.
ما انا قلت انا رقم 2.
I can't hear you. يعني try to raise your hand, raise your voices so I can hear you well. So move to number 3.
1. The professor encourages to study. 2. The professor encourages his students to study.
1 or 2?
Repeat.
Repeat. Okay, عيني. I will repeat.
1. The professor encourages to study. 2. The professor encourages his students to study.
1 or 2? 2. Okay. بس في راجل رد الأول. So I will give the point to the male group. Okay. Number 4. Please listen.
1. Most students enjoy to use the internet for their project. 2. Most students enjoy using the internet for their project.
Number 2. Number 2.
Number 2, yes. So now it's the female
أيوة
group
مين
who
اللي
got
قال
the
أول؟
point. والله أنا
إحنا
سمعت
الأول.
صوت ريهام. I heard Rihan's voice. She was the first to say it.
لينا مدرسة بكرة هتخانق معاك.
Okay. Okay. Now let's put these talks aside and go on. Number 5. Are you listening? Are you ready?
Yes.
أنا انسحبت خلاص.
لا, don't withdraw. Be with us.
1. Their teacher persuaded to do the work. 2. Their teacher persuaded them to do the work.
Which one?
Repeat it.
Okay. I'm sorry because the voice is not.
1. Their teacher persuaded to do the work. 2. Their teacher persuaded them to do the work.
1.
1? I'm not sure. It is 2.
2. Yes.
It's 2. The blue one.
والله كانوا زماني وصلت من زمان.
2.
Okay. What about number 6? It will be the last sentence. Okay.
1. I'm used to go to college every day now. 2. I'm used to going to college every day now.
2.
Okay, it is 2.
Huh.
Okay, so would you like to try the other sentences?
إذا وصلت خلاص هو بدي إيدي خلاص.
Okay, let's move to number
1. He's really struggling with read that book. 2. He's really struggling with reading that book.
Again.
1. He's really struggling with read that book. 2. He's really struggling with reading that book.
Which one is correct? He struggles with read this book, or he is struggling with reading this book?
Just was reading.
With reading, yes. Yes, exactly. So I think the male group has reached the moon first. Anyway, so let's see the sentences here. Let's see the sentences here. I think they are here. Okay, so Let's look at them so they are clear for you. Number one, I advise you going. Is it correct? I don't think so, because advice must be followed by to infinitive. So this is the correct one. I advise you to go. Please avoid to copy. No, please avoid copying. So avoid followed by a gerund. The professor encourages to study. Encourages who? We must have a pronoun here. So he encourages his students to study. He encourages someone to do something. To do, to infinitive. Most students enjoys to use. I think we don't agree with that, because we all of us know that enjoy must be followed by a gerund. The teacher persuaded to do the work. Yes, no, it's correct. It's not correct, because we need to have a pronoun here as the sentence here, number 3, the professor encourages his students and the teacher persuaded his students or persuaded them to do their work. And here are the rest of the sentences. If you would like to have a screenshot of it. I'm used to go. No, we've said that I'm used to going. We've mentioned that before. We've said that some expressions that have to, but after to, we must have the gerund form of the verb. He is really struggling with read. No, because if a verb has a preposition after, this preposition must put ing to the verb, the verb that's following it. He is struggling, or he's really struggling with reading. He has dreamed of become. No, he has dreamed of becoming, because of the preposition here. His parents really made him to study. No, his parents really made him study. So we don't have to here. We have only the infinitive, the bare infinitive, without to. I expect passing my exams or my examination. No, I expect to pass my exams or my examinations. We have highlighted these sentences because some students made mistakes when using these verbs. So we would like to be aware of how these verbs work, what must be followed using these verbs, either to infinitive or gerund. So we need to be aware of that. We need to be experienced with this grammatical point, which are the verb to infinitive and verb gerunds. Okay? Okay. So at the end of our session, I would like you just to reflect upon the session and tell me 3 things that you have learned through the session, things that you would like to apply in your classroom, things that you feel that you were mistaken about, and you are going to like throw them in the rubbish and reuse them or recycle them, and ideas that you would like to freeze or to put aside, but you are going to use them later on. Okay, just give me a general reflection of the session, what you have learned, what you have gained. Okay, what things you have learned and you will put aside, for example, to use later on. And what do you think of the session in general? What
I
have you
think
learned?
we learned about how to teach listening.
Okay, perfect.
Yes, that's very good. The most confusing thing is about using to verb ing gerund. We should revise them again. For me, at least.
Exactly. Thank you very much. I'm happy to hear
Never
that.
mind. Thanks.
Yes. What about the others? Just,
I
just
think, Ghada,
yes. Go ahead, Rihan.
I think we should, when we do pre-teaching about vocab, maybe we start with teaching the meaning, but not only. We should talk about what part of speech is it, which syllable is more stressed. I like that.
Thank you very much. Yes, I'm really glad that you have found this part useful, applicable, and beneficial to you. Thank you, Rihan.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, what about the others?
ناموا يا غادة.
Nemu? Okay, anyway, thank you for your time. Thank you for your time. I hope that you have enjoyed my session today. Thank you for your reflection. I hope to see you next time, inshallah, all of you. And if you have any queries, if you have any answers, if you have any questions, I'm here to answer it. And I hopefully I will send you the material for tag 3 so you can revise, you can like look at the parts that you have missed. And thank you for all. I wish you happy dreams. See you next time, inshallah. It will be next Saturday. I'm not sure if it will be face to face or in line, but I'm going to inform you later. So don't worry. Thank you for your time.
Thank
Thanks.
you for your effort, Ms. Ghada.
Thank you. Thank you. So I would like to
Was
see
that
your reactions. If you use the reaction feature here in the Teams, just show me that you like the session, you love it, you find something surprising. If you see these reactions, yes, thank you, Miss Wafa. Thank you, Miss Riham.
Never mind.
Thank you, Miss Nayera. Thank you, Miss Noha. I really appreciate your presence, all of you, and I wish you all success. Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Good night. See you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.